Greetings, everyone, and welcome to another edition of the Blue Planet Expedition Meet the Team. This evening, we have a special guest, and we will give you the opportunity to meet another member of the Blue Planet Expedition team. Firstly, I'm going to be joined by Francina Ramos, who you have met before. Hello, Francina, how are you?
I'm good. I'm here just waiting for this amazing interview with one of our cameramen. And
Ah,
it's just very exciting. He has so much experience, so I'm very, very excited.
so who is he, and who is he? What part does he play in the team?
Okay, his name is Guilherme Meneghelli. He's from Balneário Camboriú, just like me, actually, in Brazil. And he is a cameraman and a director. In the expedition, he'll do mostly camera work, but he's also worked on multiple projects, including his with UNICEF. He's worked on many activist projects, and he's also worked in the Amazons with indigenous tribes, which is very, very interesting. And I think he's a great addition to the expedition. So we need to see more of him.
Absolutely, that sounds wonderful. Well, let's meet him.
Yes.
Good evening.
Hello,
How are
good
you?
evening. I'm fine, thank you. Thank you for this invitation, for the invitation to the whole project. It's an amazing experience to be part of this.
Absolutely, absolutely. It's lovely to gradually work our way through the team. Huge team. Everybody's very, very busy, so it's not easy pinning people down to time for live streams. But I'm determined to work my way through everybody, and so that people get the chance to meet you all, and they can see how every single member of the team is passionate. And tonight, I think Francina's going to be taking the reins and doing the interview.
Yes.
Fantastic, absolutely fantastic. So I'm having the night off, and Francina's going to take the place of being the host and interviewing you, which is absolutely wonderful. Over to you, Francina.
Yes. Thank you. And Guilherme, I know that you also work with one of the companies that contribute to the Blue Planet Expedition, which is Tata Mundus. Um, and you first worked as a photographer, and you also did mostly poems and everything. What drew you in to go deeper into being a cinematographer and a director, and also going into activism?
Um, well, could we proceed in Portuguese?
Ok, I'll translate everything and pode falar em português. Primeiro de tudo, olá para todo mundo. Eu sou de Balneário Camboriú, assim como o Guilherme. E estamos aqui no Blue Planet Expedition, que é uma expedição científica, em que um grupo de cientistas vão estar em 3 catamarãs ao redor do mundo, fazendo investigações para encontrar soluções para o nosso planeta através dos oceanos. E o Guilherme vai estar filmando toda essa experiência junto com outros camarógrafos e outras pessoas de mídia. E o que é interessante é que o Guilherme já trabalhou com ativismo climático no meio ambiente. E, bom, o que te fez começar estando no cinema, mas também estando com todos os trabalhos que você fez com... Ou seja, o que é que te chamou para fazer tudo isso? Like, it's basically the
Ah,
same question in Portuguese now.
Bom, eu venho de uma trajetória de trabalhar com comunicação, né? Eu entendo que é do mesmo lugar. Eu comecei aqui em Balneário Camboriú a trabalhar com 11 anos como entregador de panfleto e fui para frente do computador e fui me desenvolvendo com habilidades todo esse lado visual e tive a oportunidade de trabalhar com fotografia dentro da área, né? Dentro do design gráfico e com amigos tive a oportunidade de talvez flertar, assim, de ter uma primeira aproximação com o audiovisual. e fui fazendo o videoclipe. E para mim sempre foi sobre esse lugar da expressão, sabe? O audiovisual é um lugar muito potente para que a gente possa comunicar, para que a gente possa levar mensagens adiante. E a gente está no momento onde o fluxo de informação ele está com ondas intensas, né? Então eu acredito muito que é um lugar hoje para a gente estar presente, para manifestar, para mudar, sabe? Eu acredito que é um lugar de mudança também. Então foram trajetórias naturais da vida, oportunidades que foram aparecendo, desafios. Eu não tenho uma formação acadêmica a respeito, eu comecei 3 faculdades, mas nenhuma delas relacionada diretamente ao audiovisual. E todo projeto que eu me envolvi, eu sempre procurei aprender, né? Eu vejo que é uma das áreas onde a gente mais pode ter oportunidade de estar em diferentes lugares, com diferentes pessoas, situações muito diferentes. Pude conhecer o estado inteiro de Santa Catarina, muito do Brasil, alguns lugares do mundo. Também pude conhecer dentro de indústrias, dentro de outros tipos de projetos e em virtude de ter essa janela, né, diante da gente e poder cruzar através dela. Então, esse é um pouquinho da minha trajetória. E há 2 anos atrás, 2021, 2022, eu passei dedicado junto aos povos originários, num movimento que a gente chamou Floresta TV, que era de proporcionar ao máximo, mediaticamente e também com melhor linguagem que a gente pudesse trazer, as mensagens vindas da floresta, assim, aos poucos compreendendo através da tradição oral mesmo, a forma de viver a cultura da floresta, assim. Então, esse é um pouquinho da minha trajetória. Estou muito feliz de estar aqui. The Blue Planet Expedition é uma oportunidade incrível, né? São 1.440 dias embarcado. É uma equipe sensacional de cientistas, né? Um estudo muito sério sobre o impacto da nossa relação com o mar, de estar tão próximo, né?
Now, for the English audience, I'll translate a little bit what you said, and then I'll pick up with one small thing, which is a very key aspect about you, but that it's very interesting that you began giving out pamphlets because, in a way, you've always been a communicator, as you said also in Portuguese, that what drew you in then is communication. You were giving out pamphlets, making photography, finding new ways of um, expressing yourself and connecting with others until you found yourself in cinema and in activism, which you actually find it like there's a convergence between the two, as from what I understood. And one interesting fact about Guilherme is that you've been a whole month, right, in the Amazon.
Sorry? I
A month in
Yes,
the
yes. I lived a month inside the forest with indigenous people in a context to contribute, only listening them and giving voices to them through our cameras. So now it's
yes,
time to listen the ocean, right?
yes. And one interesting fact about you is that from most of the members have showed their motivations on being in the expedition, which also we can go back to Portuguese by the way. But one curious fact is that you've been the only one, as you said, also that you're willing to learn from others, and you want to go to the expedition to learn specifically. Um, what Agora, voltando ao português, eu achei bem interessante. Você realmente foi literalmente o único membro de toda a equipe que falou que queria entrar na expedição para aprender mesmo. Você acha que existem soluções dentro do oceano ou que vamos estar nos adentrando a um mundo completamente desconhecido e temos que estar abertos? O que você acha, principalmente, sobre o tema dos oceanos?
O oceano é uma vastidão, né, de desconhecido e de formas de vida, e é também um ecossistema, um bioma, uma forma de natureza muito sensível, e que está ligada diretamente com a nossa vida aqui nas cidades, na ocupação dos litorais. E eu venho desse lugar, né? Até separei um videozinho aqui, que eu vou colocar pra gente, que é daqui, da onde eu vim mesmo, então, deixar passando aqui. é o mar,
Uhum.
né? Um dia com boas ondas, um dia muito bonito. E parece tudo muito bonito, mas a gente tem que olhar com muito carinho e entender que os biomas eles estão afetados, né? A Mata Atlântica, ela está bem reduzida, é o bioma que mais foi reduzido desde a chegada aqui, né? Desde a chegada dos portugueses no Brasil. E as restingas são matas muito sensíveis de transição entre o mar e a terra, assim como os mangues, né, os manguezais, toda a mata ciliar, é tudo muito sensível. E isso cria uma vida muito pequena. Isso eu já pude aprender aqui, conversando com o seu pai, Francina, com o Santiago, que me explicou da escala Sheldon, por exemplo. Então, a vida marinha, os grandes mamíferos, eles dependem da nanovida que se cria aqui nesse encontro terra-mar, né? Então, a partir desses encontros, onde tem vida, surgem vidas muito pequenas, que vão se tornando vidas um pouquinho maiores, vão virando peixes maiores, que são alimentos de peixes maiores, até chegar em grandes mamíferos que se alimentam de coisas muito pequenas também. Mas tudo isso está muito interligado, tem uma relação muito íntima, né? Eu, eu penso que ouvir o oceano é o tema que está atrasado, mas é um tema da próxima década. A gente está tendo que prestar muita atenção e a expedição é uma oportunidade para levantamento de informações, de constatar fatos, né, aqui e ali, que a gente possa ver da nossa conduta o que que é bom, o que que é saudável para a gente viver em harmonia com os ecossistemas e o que que não está sendo, né? Então, por mais que o mar seja essa bênção, né? A gente tem essa relação maravilhosa, uma ligação com a lua, com as marés, que proporcionou essa coisa rara numa fina película, né? Que envolve essa bola gigantesca aqui, azul, essa fina película da atmosfera, que também tem uma relação profunda com o mar. Muita gente confunde a Amazônia como pulmão, e é o ar-condicionado, a Amazônia, né? Quem, na verdade, nos provém, quem nos provém oxigênio aí vem dos oceanos. A gente tem algumas perguntas ali que vieram nas redes, tá? Eu posso piná-las aqui para a gente poder conversar. Se você quiser passar um pouco em inglês.
Yes. Let's see. Greetings to all of you. Guilherme, what do you think? Okay, greetings to all of you. Thank you, Alejandro. Guilherme, what do you think the work of the expedition can contribute to those who see the production?
Well, I believe in real time we can share information with everyone because this is an urgent subject, and the ocean we need to treat with a lot of respect. And it's a culture. The way we treat the ocean, the way we treat the water, the way we treat nature, the relationships we have, they are cultural. So we can be more close with the relationships, with the different relationships of people and the ocean, and also what we will discover and what we can share. I think this can change the lives of the people, the relationship of we and the nature. We need cross some border, and I think the water, the oceans could be a good way to change the things. So I see this possibility to contribute to share more.
Yes. And someone called. Oh, there is Shreb. Let's see. What makes the Blue Planet expedition unique? Okay, I guess this question we could answer both of us, but first of all, one interesting fact about Guilherme is that he's worked on UNICEF, and you've mentioned to me before, and you've also mentioned now just a couple of minutes ago that the ocean hasn't been as uncovered as the rest of the biomes and the ecosystem. It's not as talked about in other environmentalist and activism groups. And as you said, also the ocean is the actual lung of the of the world, and instead the Amazon is the air conditioning, which is a fantastic metaphor. Thank you. But for you, what makes the Blue Planet expedition unique?
I think the possibility to discover this new language, to be this quantity of days together, and the scientists, anthropologists, oceanographists. Sorry about my English, but
Cinematography.
and and our media team also producing and recording, interviewing people, and getting data across the ocean. So I think it's very unique opportunity to listen the oceans more directly. And
Yeah.
I'm here to do my best to share what I become to listen from the ocean. And we have one more question.
Okay. Um, Santiago Ramos, also part of the team. How do you think it will be the life aboard with the team speaking and listening in different languages every day? Just like this interview.
Well, we will learn, I think, a lot with each other, which is an amazing opportunity to um, discover a new language together and beyond our individual languages from different nations. This language, which is covering all lands, which is the ocean. So for me, it's an unique opportunity to cross this boundary of languages, between us and between this way of nature manifestation. Thank you, Santiago, and thank you so much for the invitation. Santiago is the Francina's fathers, and also he invites me to participate of the Blue Planet expedition, and it's a huge honor for me to be part of the team.
Yes. And another again from I Will Never Shut Up. How much time we will be spending aboard? Okay, so the expedition itself is 4 years, but each person will spend different set of times. We'll have a rotational changes from people, depending on their disposition. And I'll be one of the few people that will actually stay the 4 years. But Guilherme, for example, how much time do you intend to stay, for example, for the expedition?
Well, I will discover. I would like to be the most time I can, and I have a lot of projects I am working on. And well, at least a quarter of a year each year. It's my objective to be, and I know we have a huge team of media, so I will be glad always to be on board. And
Yes.
also we have the other video. I think it's a good opportunity because the video talks about some data and also more information to we talk in it's to answer the question. It's 1,440 days.
Oh, yeah.
I will
And I find interesting also. Okay.
I will I will pass the movie. Well, we are back.
Mm-hmm. And one interesting thing they also said is the fact that there will be so many languages in the boat that we all have to learn because the ocean is also a language. I imagine that also your time with the indigenous tribes has also been like finding yourself in a new way of life that's almost like a new language. And so they were in Brazil, right? So they did speak Portuguese, I believe.
Yes,
Um,
yes, I went in different places where Portuguese sometimes was common, and some ones don't speak Portuguese sometimes, and
yeah,
sometimes you need translator, and sometimes it's a grandma, and she will only speak Portuguese with you after 5 or 3 days, after to get some intimacy, to trust, and I believe I love the language theme and to talk language and to talk about indigenous people. It's about to cross some boundaries, and for me, it's about time, the way they live the life. It's not only about presence, but the consequence to live a life in this oral tradition, just sharing knowledge by the word. So how they
yeah,
treat the word, how they live the life so close what they talk. It's about that. This is it's some paths I realize, and how the knowledge changes, how the forest changes, how the life is dynamic, and this is one of the amazing learnings I have at the forest. And also, Amazonia, it's a very sensitive biome. Also, it's not so rich from organic matter below the soil. It's a very thin skin, actually, with more than 4,000 kilometers, and could be a desert if we don't take care, because they need each other to keeping alive, to keeping the humidity. They need this variety of species. So yes, I think I learned to listen more nature when
mhm,
I was with indigenous people, and this becomes to be part of you, of your heart, of your behavior, to deal with all things. Then trash doesn't exist. This is something that we need to learn at the forest.
yes, that's true. And um, and I guess that's okay. We have a question from Esther.
It's not.
Thanks for your special mission here and now. Thank you. More consciousness in life and love. We are one Sankoloi. I believe
Anshakishis. It's something from indigenous people for sure.
yes.
Uh,
Would you because I didn't want to mispronounce it. um,
I don't know. I don't know this word,
sorry, but
but
thank
thank
you
you, Esther.
so much. Gracias. Because he wrote it all in Spanish too. So gracias. Um, we this expedition is exactly for creating connection between us and nature, but also is a convergence between what it was and what it is now. Um, you've mentioned to me how technology has also arrived to the tribes, and I think it's an interesting aspect because um, the in a way, oh, okay, we
Oh,
have
sorry.
another Santiago Ramos. Do you believe that we can discover new species during the expedition? What do you think?
Yes, I hope so. I hope we discover a lot of life in the oceans, in the places where we don't expect, and I really have this small hope about life, the life still generating themselves with different kind of life, different kinds of lives. And the ocean, it's a very creative ambient, and with very intelligent species. So yes, I hope we discover more species, and I would like to be in there when this happens.
And do you think there is a possibility that, oh, BioGlobe, we'll be running a live stream from the boats? Yes, we will. We will be running live streams on the boats, um, showing all the scientific research and showing also each place that we'll be in and all the different people that we'll meet and all the different kind of uh, different spaces in the ocean, since everything is probably going to be very different in every single place, and we'll share it all with you.
And we have one more question here.
Prom, I will never shut up again. I love that name. We will be going down in one of the submarines. I believe we will go down by diving, but I do think there is a possibility of using a submarine. The idea is to go through catamarans and dive in each place, make archaeological, anthropological, and scientific research from marine biology and all of that. But there is a possibility of also using a submarine, but very few of people will actually go down the submarines. For example, I don't think I will, because I wouldn't be serving much purpose there, but the scientists will do their job then.
And I have one more question for me. Uh, will
Will you
you
be
be
diving
diving?
or just filming? Wow, I'm curious if will you be diving?
Yes, I understand we have one camera to diving, one, but I will do a course also to be properly trained to do also. And I love to do my brief exercises to have like 2 minutes below the water. And I think we can do a lot of things very safe, close where we are.
hmm In fact, I will also need to make diving courses, so I understand you. Okay,
Out
so
here.
have clarification. We have an agreement with Triton, and they will help us with their submarines when we're close to them. So yes, we will be down in submarines then. Um, and since there is an agreement, I believe there will be. We will have a good opportunity of going. What do you think of going down a submarine? By the way.
I think it's an amazing experience and it's very important to do a lot of researches. And also, it's a little bit claustrophobic. And I feel I'm this kind of person. I like this kind of defy, but I treat with a lot of respect. And it's very important to be calm and to be harmonized with the team to pass hours and sometimes more than hours, not like half day or more in very close places. Also, the catamarans we will be like in a small apartment together working and
Yes,
living our lives. And
yes,
we have more from I will never shut up. Shut up.
well,
He's in love with the project, and I think I hope we can cross more. And
yeah. I would love the opportunity to visit and maybe spend a day on board. Okay, so here's the thing. We are organizing of perhaps having a given an opportunity to one person from the audience or from time to time to come and visit. But we're still organizing how that works and how we could do, but don't lose hope. um,
remembering we will have 1,440 days to share, so it's
yeah.
a lot of opportunities, and it's 167 countries, right?
Yes, 167 countries, and in each city no, in each place will be in at least 5 cities, or less or more than that, depending on the what we find in each place, honestly. But it is planned on at least four places in each country. So I don't know that much math, but that will make a bunch of places. And
I am sharing the website
yes.
because, well, I have a lot of information here. If someone wants to know more about the project, I will put the link here very quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and here I have informations about the expedition, meet the team. We are here, and
Yeah. We also
have
have some
have
interesting articles made by one of the scientists. His name is Stavros Kaniklides. He's from Cyprus, and he's one giant name in the academic world. So uh, since I'm not from the academic world, I didn't know him before the expedition, but I'm sure that anyone who does marine biology knows who he is. And it's a big opportunity for also most of the scientists too, besides knowing the world, also meeting with other personalities and other people just as interested in the same topics. Um, what do you think? Because you, Guilherme, you're more of, although you've been involved in so many things, you're more of an artist, much like me, actually. How do you think it will be to be in this journey full of what most people consider the opposite of art, science? What do you think of that? How do you look forward to the experience in that aspect?
in which aspect? Sorry.
The fact that we'll be on boats full of scientists, and usually people find art or cinema, in our case, but it's a form of art, in opposite to science. I believe there's always a convergence on everything, and everything is connected. But what do you think? How do you think it's going to be meeting with uh, all these academics also searching for the same things in the ocean, but with completely different perspectives? Uh,
I think this is the richness of the project. It's the people and how we will treat the data we are getting, and the people we are getting in touch, and the different kind of culture. And we will have people to share about this in different languages. For me, this is the richness of this expedition, and also what we can understand about our planet, about the way this blue part of our planet works. We have a lot of more things here, more questions I will
oh, cool.
bring.
Meneghelli. Hi guys, is there any part of this experience that really scares you? So, is there, Guilherme, any part of the experience that actually scares you?
Well, a lot of things can happen in a long journey. For years we are talking about, and we need to deal with the things. But sometimes some things can carries my thoughts about what can happen. And I have a daughter, and I'm always looking to have a very healthy life, to be prepared in this kind of moments. So maybe diving in dark places is something um very awkward for me, but it's like I told before, it's a defy. It's something I would like to pass. And for you, Francina?
Honestly, mostly the same thing. Definitely, media has not helped in making the ocean seem friendly, but also, we're both from Balneário Camboriú, so we must understand this experience. Balneário Camboriú is a place just beside the sea in Brazil, and when you're raised in a place beside the sea, you just see the sea a little bit differently from people in the mountains that might be more scared of how big and vast and unknown it is. And And while I understand that there are dangers, I don't think I'm scared of one thing in particular. I think I'm scared of everything. But because I'm scared of everything, I'm only a little bit scared of every single little thing. So it's compartmentalized in so many pieces that I'm not that scared, actually.
Yeah, very good question. Thank you, Mina.
Mm-hmm.
And our friend, I will never shut up. Do
Wow.
you still need to raise more funds from Sina? What we can answer to him?
Yes, we need. Well, there is still, I believe it's a 20% that needs to be raised yet. And audience, we need to raise more audience so that we can also raise more funds. Even though it's not crowdfunded, always having the support, much like how you're doing now, I will never shut up. And talking to friends, having more followers, always helps us creating more funds. So thank you. Yes, we need more funds.
More funds and more audience. So keep in touch, right?
Mm-hmm.
We will bring more these lives. And well, this is, let me check. How can we help to raise funds? So
Following and sharing with your friends. Um, we're in communication with NGOs and similar um, groups, and they're helping us to um, raise this project. But in order to be continuing and raising the final funds we really need, really is just more audience, so that um, we show that there's interest in not only in the project but also in our oceans. It's very, very important to show that, most of all. Raising your voice and talking to friends and sharing all these videos and making these very interesting questions all help. So thank you.
and I am sharing the website. We have a part about sponsorship,
Yes.
and we have some brands related, and here about the opportunities, how to make part about, and the
Mm-hmm.
principal argues to be with us. So and have
Exactly.
a part of contact, get in touch with us,
Mm-hmm.
and
Are you a
let's do
scientist?
more.
Just a passion? You'll know. Perhaps have a space with us.
Pirates. Oh my God.
No,
Uh,
I mean, but did you know that there are parts of the expedition that there might be pirates, and which is insane. But let's see with the questions. Santiago Ramos. This is for you, Guilherme. What do you know about pirates? Do you know that it's possible for us to find them in some places?
For sure, I believe, well, have a lot of pirates around the world, Caribbean, I, I think East Africa and maybe West, I don't know, but have a lot of places with pirates, and I would like to be able to speak in their language about what we are doing, to share with them what we have and not to be stolen because we are trying to understand something what's happened. But it's something I understand. It's very serious and we need to take care.
Yes. On the question of what scares me, pirates. um,
Pirates.
yes, pirates. OMG, I will never show them. Raw news. Have you attracted the attention of any media companies yet? This is fascinating. We're trying. Thank you, Raw news. We attracted your attention. And no, but really, we've spoken to some newspapers, but it hasn't been that big yet. But we're on the way. So now we're on news. And the media companies involved are the company that also funded this, which is Tata Films and Serendipity too.
And
Cyprus reporters. Will you be visiting Cyprus? Yes, we will. It's in fact one of our first destinations. We have one of our scientists that is from Cyprus. So yes, we will be visiting there. Um, have you ever been in Cyprus, Guilherme?
no, I never been at Cyprus. I would like to know to be in there. And also, Sheila Chin Music, it's questioning if we have an expedition anthem.
We can create one. No, we don't have an anthem. I mean, anthem, do you mean as in a song, right? Just so I'm clear, because maybe it has another meaning in English, and I don't know that. But a song or intro song, we don't technically have that, or like the Blue Planet Expedition, we don't have that. But we could have.
Yeah, we began to work on that, and you are welcome, Sheila Chin Music.
Yes,
And Mina again.
yes. Even though it is a scary experience, is there anything that you are particularly excited about? A place you would like to visit, you would love to visit, or a dream that will be coming true in this expedition? How is it for you, Guilherme?
Well, for me, I think the dream is um, to think in a world where we become not to fight against nature. So this opportunity, it's I think one of the better possibilities to do. And at this moment, it's the closest thing at the dream for me, because to dream, it's about to imagine another world, and we will live and very inimaginable inimaginable world, like the oceans and the relationships we have with the ocean. And to be with this team, to be together, it's a dream coming true. And I am particularly excited about to being together and to become to share what we are learning together.
Yes. And spotted Cyprus. Will you be arranging any events when you arrive in Cyprus? I believe we will. In fact, it was organized to open up the trip in there, so I believe we will make an event, and maybe the typical the bottle on the boat, how they how do you say quando você quando você vai usar o barco pela primeira vez, você joga uma garrafa no barco.
Uh, um,
How do you say that? But you know how when you use your
the
boat surfing,
ceremony
a ceremony.
to crack a bottle in the boat.
Yes, that and perhaps yes, a small celebration or big. I don't know. But I do believe we will have, but I'm not 100% sure. And
Uh, we have more. Oh, yes. Santiago is answering. Cyprus reporters, are you available for interviews? Santiago said, yes, we are. So this is it's a very good beginning, huh? And we
mhm,
have more.
Eduardo Amaodo. Quiero preguntar. Okay, so I'll be translating this one, but first I'll read it in Spanish. Quiero preguntar si las imágenes de la expedición se pueden ver en algún documental. So what he asks is that if the images and the filming, photographs, everything that we'll do from the expedition will we be able to view it on a documentary series or film? We'll all have data for everybody to see, so the footages will all be available actually, and the data itself from the scientists, yes. And the idea is to make a docu-reality out of this expedition, in which it is a documentary, but it's also reality. We show the actual lives of the people there and how the experience is on a personal level for everybody. So yes, but it's also not the usual documentary.
And well,
Well, here we are, and so now that we know all of this, what do you look forward to, and specifically for the expedition, and how do you think will be different from your previous experiences?
well, this expedition is very different. The possibility to be together and to come back to my home or to travel to another place and um, be together with the team and understanding these very subtle and sensitive questions about the life in the ocean makes this an unique possibility. It's for me, it's like to going to space, but with much more responsibility because to go to space, well, we can discover a lot of things, but our lives here in this planet, it's endangered. We need to look close to nature, to go in deep. And this expedition, I understand we are going to be close where have people close, living close to the ocean, like here, like here.
Well,
Here it's Praia Brava, Itajaí, very close, Balneário Camboriú, um, at the far place where the huge buildings are. And this affects our lives. This affects the lives in the ocean, but not from one year to another, but 20 years, 30 years, 100 years, living, coming a lot of people to live very close to the ocean. Indigenous people don't have a lot of tradition to be too much close to the ocean because the ocean have their own movements. So it's an unique opportunity to be together with the wave of changes with more information, I think.
also it's interesting because there are also indigenous people that were raised in the oceans in other parts of the world, and I think it will be interesting to see that there are different traditions in each place. In fact, I think this expedition has this opportunity to have this convergence between what we know, people who live this modern system, let's say, because I don't think it's. I say modern, but I don't know. It's just new. That's all I mean. It's not with more or less stuff. It's just the way it is. It's new and it has all these technological things and our own worries, but we'll be finding ourselves in so many places with so many different traditions with their own different set of difficulties. Like you said, from in previously we've talked, by the way, previously to this interview, and I would like to know if you mind if I share that some people don't have clean water in the Amazons, and I do think that the way we pollute the ocean probably is affecting the same way, in a chain like domino effect that we don't know which part of the domino we are, but it started and ends in so many places and it has so many consequences. Um, if you want to add to that because you know a little bit more on that, probably.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Well, Amazonia, it's this very sensitive skin, and the water in there um, fully depends of the trees in there. And the water, it's the level of water in some places close Bolivia, places like Amazonas state or Acre, the quantity of water, the level of water, it's too much down than 20 years ago. The stories they tell us, it's about, well, we had huge fishes, around a meter of size, and today they call piabinha. It's very small fishes like this, and the levels of the rivers are like from a meter and a half, a meter and 20 centimeters constantly. So uh, a lot of amount of water. Um, and now they have like 30 centimeters, 20 centimeters of water. And the low level also brings much more contamination concentrated. So it's not more possible to drink water from around, and you need to go inside and inside and inside the forest to catch water. And I went to Tanzania and I saw this in there. They need to walk 15 kilometers, but they did this during all history. This is part of their culture,
Yeah.
culture. And Amazonia indigenous people, they don't know how to live in this way because they always had water, and now this is a very it becoming a very rare reserves in there in the middle of the forest. And we are talking about 35% of mercury contamination in the fishes, all fishes. The research was about not only in the cities, but small cities also with people living close the rivers. And well, this brings a lot of consternation to us, and it's important. We need to think about that. We need to think together. In looking an image like this could looks beautiful to a lot of people, but what we are seeing here, it's also the vegetation. It's being suppressed
Yes.
with buildings, with rocks instead of trees.
And and it's important that this expedition will probably bring to us beauty of nature, really, because perhaps by seeing that image, for example, or seeing the beautiful cities that we also created as humans, we forget that there is so much beauty that already has existed in nature, and um, and that really what we need is to connect a little bit more and um, find ways to um, mix our lives with what already is in nature.
Here I'm bringing some images here, better. This is how the rivers, the flying rivers occurs. So it's becoming warmer and the water goes up and become to looks like beautiful flying rivers. And here's very deep inside the forest, for example, and it's possible to look the level of water below. And usually this kind of place have much more water. But it's not easy to see because even on satellites you see there water, there are rivers until the river dries and you see this killing the vegetation around, and you see this waves become to be bigger. it's not too easy to understand, to see. So this is Amazonia, some drone footage from Amazonia. Let me check if I. Oh, here. This is beautiful. This is the flying rivers in a different proportion. This is the kind of clouds we can see in that images where Amazonia, the water from Amazonia with the flying rivers goes with the Andes. What's the name in English? The Cordillera, the mountains of Andes.
The mountains of Andes. Oh God, how is it in English? I don't know how is it in English. We'll call it the mountains of Andes. No, it's not definitely not called that way, but
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 well,
yes.
the clouds comes very close from the Andes and arrives here, South Brazil, even Rio Grande do Sul, and we have condition to be very organized, and the water enter in different parts, sharing this humidity with huge areas. And what's happening now? We have too much higher temperatures in Central East and Southeast, which blocks the clouds to arrive. So they are coming directly, and this when we had a lot of rain at Rio Grande do Sul, this was happening. The water, the rains from Amazonia couldn't enter center east and like states like Mato Grosso and Mato Grosso do Sul. So these are the flying rivers. This is the Amazonia, and we need to take care. And this water from Amazonia comes from Morocco and bring different nutrients, and this creates an amazing biodiversity. And well, this is our world, and it's it's a defy to still living in this world because a lot of behaviors destroying the world. It's not about what we are doing, but what the consciousness we have in our actions. So this expedition for me, it's the unique opportunity to look at the right time to the right thing. I understand this is a subject to be treated in the next 10 years, the next decade, but we need to become to talk and to investigate now.
Yes, and just like there are these cycles in the Amazons and in the forests, the sea is also made in cycles. We have all the currents that also work in cycles, and they have their own paths. And what this expedition brings to is that just like different places from South America affect each other, we'll find out that the world really, each place in the world, affects each other, since the ocean is actually everywhere and the currents at some point arrive everywhere. So we'll be finding out about that. But also, much like the slogan phrase from the expedition, that um, in order to love, we need to know, and but also to care, we need to love it. So this expedition is an opportunity for us to know really what the seas brings to us, and for us to fall in love with it, and then take care of it and connect with it in a way that we both can live a coexistent life, much like we should do for everything really.
And I think we have some more questions, and maybe it's time to bring Anthony again.
Oh no, wait, I have after 5 random questions, but first of all,
Oh,
this,
sorry.
no problem. What do you think we will learn about? Oh God, I didn't even finish reading.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay. Let's go for the 5 random questions just to know you a little bit better. Because yes, we talked about the expedition, but let's talk about a little bit about you. So, This is a section of 5 random questions to 9 random people. What are 5 essential things you will bring in your bag for the expedition?
5 essential things.
5 only.
Only 5 essential things. Well,
That's it.
I don't know. I didn't stop to think about this. What I need, we
A
will
camera.
have what we need to the expedition. Maybe a few clothes, maybe a
Few
personal
clothes.
camera, an iPhone, right?
Mm-hmm.
And something to to dive without a lot of equipment, a small mask, maybe.
Yes.
I don't know, and some special food, something very small, and I can use a lot, like guaraná or ginseng, this kind of stuff, you know.
Okay. Okay. Now, coffee or tea?
Usually coffee, but I love tea also.
Na verdade, brasileira, sempre café.
Yeah.
Sweet or salty?
Sweet or
Salty. Com sal,
salty?
açúcar, basicamente.
Spicy. And what's amargo? How is amargo?
Bitter.
Bitter and spicy also.
Bitter
More
and spicy.
than
Woo!
more than sweet or salty. Yes.
Well, this, I know this is a scientific expedition. This one is a very unscientific question. What's your zodiac sign?
What's my?
Zodiac sign. O teu signo.
Ah, I'm Taurus, with ascendant on Aquarius.
Wow. For example, in the last interview, you didn't know what the zodiacs were, so this is very interesting because you even know you're rising. Last question. Do you have any brothers, sisters?
Yes, I have a brother and sister and a lot of friends and cousins. I live where I was born, so I have a
Yes.
lot of people around.
Cool. Okay, so let's bring up Anthony back. Thank you so much for everything. This was a very interesting interview. Hello, Anthony.
Thank you.
Hello. Absolutely amazing. Lots of wonderful questions. It's been incredible.
Yes.
I think you need to join us again. It's been
Mm-hmm.
absolutely incredible.
Yes.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us. I love all of the questions. And I think that we will actually build up a massive audience as
Yeah.
people begin to know more about the project. It's only recently that we reached the stage where we can now get out there to everybody, and that's the stage where we're at. And as everybody has seen, we're going to be doing that more and more. Hopefully, you'll be able to join us again very soon, Guilherme. And if you have any questions for any of us, individually or collectively, please feel free to send them in, whether it's through the platform you're watching or via our website. And we promise that we will always reply. And on that note, I'd like to thank everybody. I'd like to thank our guests. Thank you, Guilherme, and we will see you again soon. Absolutely amazing. And Francina, you now win the award of Blue Planet Expedition official presenter.
Woohoo! Thank you so much.
That's all for now. Thank you, everyone, and goodbye. See you next time. Bye bye for now.
Bye.